It's a great story, whatever happens, I think, here. If it's David Verashtu, it's a great story. If it's Max Litchfield, it's an incredible story because he's barely swum this event this year. He's swum it now twice competitively. Twice in 8 months has he swum this competitively, but he is the second fastest qualifier. Let's go through them for you.
So Jakob Heitmann from Germany was 5th at the World Championships 3 years ago. Then Maxim Stupin, the current European Junior Champion from Russia. Joan Luis Pons from Spain was a finalist at the Olympic Games and finished 5th at last year's short course Europeans. Then to the next German, Johannes Hinter. He was World Junior Champion over 200 meters, so the shorter medley distance. João Vital, representing Portugal, 8th at the short course Europeans last year in Copenhagen. Then, surprisingly enough, a swimmer from Azerbaijan, Maxim Shemberyev, who finished 7th here in the 200 fly at the European Championships. And now to the real gold medal contenders. Max Litchfield, 4th at the Olympic Games, 4th at the World Championships, and already winning the bronze here in the 200 meters. And David Verashtu, Hungary, 2-time defending champion, 2-time silver medalist from the World Championships. But of course, not in a form as he was last year, when he took that amazing silver and was getting close to Laszlo Cser's European record.
One thing I do know is that Verashtu and Max Litchfield have great respect for each other. It's not always the case as we've seen in other events, but those two speak very highly of each other. They've got the same kind of mentality, and that's why it works for them. Max Litchfield will be saying anything this week is a bonus. He's already got a bronze medal from 200 IM. If he could win this, it would be like Christmas has come early. Because quite frankly, a few weeks ago, he's probably thinking, am I going to make this Europeans or am I not? Having dropped the Commonwealth Games, he was selected for it, did the time for it. But he's had all his problems with his shoulders. I was going to try and explain what it was, but the medical thing would take me about 3 minutes to explain. Suffice to say, he's had big shoulder problems, and they've had to reconstruct his strokes a little bit to make sure he's got a bit of longevity in the sport, because if he doesn't, he won't be around for very long. It's a great story. It's a great story, whoever wins this, really. Stupin of Russia in 1, Hinter of Germany in 2, Shemberyev of Azerbaijan in 3, Verashtu of Hungary 4, Litchfield, Great Britain 5, Vital, Portugal 6, Pons of Spain in 7, and Heitmann of Germany. And we are on the butterfly leg, and pretty quick start from Hinter, as indeed we saw in the heats this morning.
Yes, well, we all know that it should come down to Verashtu against Litchfield. In the morning heat, Litchfield had the better fly and back legs. And Verashtu is the stronger over breaststroke. So I expect it to come down to the very final 25 meters.
Well, they're side by side right now on this leg. Can Max get to the wall first on the butterfly, give himself a little bit of breathing space? It won't be very much, though. It is the Briton from the Hungarian, then the German in 3rd place, Hinter. Of course, there's 2 Germans, Pons of Spain, and onto the back they go, and it may well be a replica of what we saw this morning. Maybe Max will be at the front and halfway, but also keep an eye on the German in lane 2, because he's not giving up and he's still very much in the mix.
So Max Litchfield is the better over backstroke, but David Verashtu has actually won a medal as a junior over 200 meters backstroke, and his father was an Olympic silver medalist backstroker. So not that bad over this leg as well.
Yeah, half a second between them at that turn. I think Max has got to get a bit more of an advantage if he's going to go on to win this. Verashtu in 2nd. It looks to be these two, as we predicted it probably would be, but let's not discount some of the others in the outside lane. Vital in 6 is only 3/100ths outside the Portuguese record from the heats this morning. And Max Litchfield has about 3/4 of a body length advantage, no more than that, over Verashtu at the halfway stage with a 2:00.71. Then it's the Hungarian. Then it's Pons now moving up into third place. Vital is fourth. It looks like the German's race in sixth is probably run.
Okay, so now on to breaststroke. I said that Verasto is the better of the two over breaststroke, but the advantage of Litchfield is 0.8 seconds, or was at least, at the halfway turn.
Well, he's still got a marginal advantage, but who's coming really, really quickly is Pons in lane number 7. He is flying through here. Litchfield with about 5.2, so yeah, 52/100. Pons has moved up into third place. Now, if Litchfield is leading at the end of this, surely he can power on to victory, but it's these two and nobody else, surely, although Pons wants to upset the whole thing in lane number 7 for Spain.
Okay, so over freestyle, Max Litchfield is slightly better than Verasto, so it should really come down to the final meters. The final meters of breaststroke, Litchfield still in the lead.
Crowd starting to go wild. Don't go too wild yet. He isn't there yet. He's got another 100 meters to go. Verashtu in second place. Pons in third place. It's going to come down to the freestyle leg. Max, as I say, it's only his third proper race of the year. He's going to be tiring, and this may be where Verashtu can capitalize. It is these two. It's the Briton at the bottom of the two. Verashtu ahead of him in terms of lane, in lane 4. Where are they at the turn? Is the Hungarian in front? Yes, he is. Just edging in front. Max Litchfield is going to try and give his all to bring it back. It's Hungary 1, Great Britain 2, Spain 3.
And as expected, it comes down to the final 25 meters. David Verasto having the fight of his life for the European title, because Max Litchfield is coming back very strongly in the final 10 meters.
Here we go. Who's going to get there? Looks like the Hungarian has got it. He has just about got it from Max Litchfield. What a race that turned out to be. 4:10.65 for the Hungarian. Max Litchfield with a 4:11 in second place. Pons for Spain in third. Well, Max, I take my hat off to you.
And so does he.
And he will take his hat off to us. David Verashtu. Go on, crowd. They're not against you, David. They're not against you. They just wanted the home man to win.
But come on, what a fight this was over the final 100 meters, with David Verasto winning his third consecutive title over 400-meter individual medley.
He's being followed by an official who wants to bring him back. You're not allowed to do this.
Okay, he will go to his coach. I'm sure about that. Whoever follows him, he will run to his coach.
Well, as official, 3 paces behind him saying, no, you can't do this.
Yes, he will.
And there's Max. Let's get our attention back on him in the pool. Third swim of the year competitively.
4:11, Max Litchfield's time. Incredibly good.
For a man who is still not fully in charge of his body in a way. He hopes the shoulder won't break down, but yeah, it's a great reaction, and I hope he didn't think the crowd were against him, because they certainly weren't. But obviously if you have a home favourite in the pool, that's who you're cheering for. I know he and Max get on very, very well indeed, so there won't be any animosity between these two, but yeah, he got it done. I think that was more relief than anything, because he really was pushed very, very hard, and only won it by a negligible amount at the end. But the Hungarian gets it and is still so pumped up down there. Second place going to Max Litchfield, and Pons of Spain came back quite slowly, actually. He was quite lucky to hold on because he went over a minute on that freestyle leg.
So David Verasto, he won the title 2 years ago by a full second, and that was an easy win. In 2014, he won that by 2 seconds. So this was by far the biggest fight he had for a gold medal in the 400 meters individual medley.
And he wasn't hanging around. 3. It's a magic number. Now you know him. I hope that wasn't a reaction against the crowd going,
no,
well,
not at all.
Why
no.
are you not cheering me? Well,
No.
it's pretty obvious why they weren't cheering him, because the guy in second.
It was absolutely not against the crowd. He was just so frustrated, wanted this gold medal so bad. Go, actually. The Italians with 22, Russians with 26. And those three nations, you know, they were way better than the others.
Right, there will not be a dry eye in the house across the way. Look at the Litchfield posse, who are ready to acknowledge a great performance from a fantastic young man. As I mentioned the other day in the 200 IM, I have the pleasure of knowing very well, so I'm kind of whirling up as well, looking at what he's done here. Rafael Pereira of Len will do this medal ceremony with some help from Susan Aiken, who is the council leader for Glasgow City Council. Well, the bronze medal, not forgotten in all of the excitement. It's a very important medal for him, and indeed for his country, Spain.
Just the second medal of the meet for Spain. Of course, they have Mireia Belmonte to add to the mix, but the two medals, not too much. I think they expected something better this time around.
Yeah, it hasn't quite happened for them. No doubt it will in the future. They're certainly hoping so anyway. Now, this young man, coming up next, will probably get as big a reception as Duncan Scott got when he got his gold medal, because he is so popular. There's the Spaniards getting a picture. Way, we got a medal, fantastic. But from the British contingent on the far side, give us a smile, Max. Well, missed out on the Commonwealth Games. Shoulder prevented him from doing so. Talked to his coach. Said, right, what do we do about this year? We pretty much write it off. Well, we want you to do Europeans if you can, if your body will stand up to it. Had one race, one proper race in the summer. Went, yeah, okay, I'm feeling all right. Let's give it a go. Bronze medal in the 200 IM. Weaker event of the two. His better event. There he is, silver medalist. Watch out for him in 2019. He'll be on the comeback trail big time, as indeed this man is. All those doubts about, do I carry on? Am I good enough? Am I going to get swamped? I think a lot of that came from Rio, really, where he didn't make a final. He was outside, he was down by three or four places, didn't he? And kind of thinking, right, I can't make an Olympic final. What do I do now? Well, what you do is you go on and win the next Europeans, as he has done.
And the silver medal at the Home World Championship. So, David Verasto, amazing feat. 3 gold medals in a row after 3 silver medals, just behind Laszlo Cseh. So.
Your anthem's coming next. Here it comes.
The national anthem of Hungary.
Gold for Hungary, silver for Great Britain, and bronze for Spain. And there's a collective. Rashtu with a 4:10. Max Litchfield probably never thought he was capable of doing a 4:11 this year, the way things have gone, but he'll start working his way down to the 4:09s, 4:08s, 4:07s, where he needs to be if he wants to be competitive for an Olympic medal. It's an amazing debut he made in the Olympics where he finished 4th place. And people say, I said to people, he'll make an Olympic final. They went, you're stupid. What are you talking about? I said, he will make an Olympic final. He finished 5th overall in the heats, finished 4th in the final. He improved on his heat position to 4th, and he's just brilliant. He's just fantastic. Really, really driven. He knows what he wants, if his body will let him do it. And that's, of course, the big question mark over Max's future, but they are managing it as best they can. With Dave Hemmings now, and indeed his coach before him, Russ Barber, they've managed to really turn out a solid citizen of swimming who will do some great things in the future, no doubt.
Also, David Verasto, of course, aiming for a medal at the World Championships next year, making it 3 in a row, and probably at the Olympic Games, it should be a swan song for him. Not retiring after the World Championships of last year. And now the gold medal testifies the decision, even though he had his downs throughout the months. But now is gold medal number 3, medal number 6. So after 3 silver medals, it is 3 gold medals for David Verasto.
Now Max is signing a shirt, which is why he's a long, long way behind people just trying to get the pen to work. He has, so yeah, come on, they're saying, come on Max, come on, we need you. He's just throwing his seal up into the air that says, Max, what does that say under there? She's hiding the rest of it. Litchfield, I thought it was a Chesterfield for a minute, which is an area that's not too far away from Sheffield. No, the Max Litchfield flag is up there. And they'll get their pictures taken. There's not so much of a rush today, but it's a bit more laid back, going, okay, well, we can stay here till midnight if we like, you know.
You know, one more thing about the 400 IM, it is ruled by the Hungarians, 8 gold medals in a row by Hungary. So